right, so we here, baby. It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. My co-host Kenya,
Hello.
and we got one of the most legendary people in comedy ever. He's done so many legendary movies, so many legendary TV shows. Start with In Living Color back in the day. Marlon Wayans, let's get it. What's up, my brother? Everybody, give a round of applause for Marlon Wayans. We live right now too.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, my brother, I want to know what inspired you. I saw the special, God Loves Me. Amazing. We're here live right now, by the way, guys. Like, everybody enjoyed it. What inspired you? What inspired you to make the whole entire special for this regarding the slap that was heard around the world with Will Smith and Chris Rock?
I swear to you, it was inspiration always comes from God. Mm-hmm. So God just spoke to me, and it spoke to my heart. Like, I really know all three of them. Like, when the slap happened, everything came together. My entire journey came together. And I did this out of love, because I love Chris. I love Will. I love Jada. Those are my friends. And I don't think right now they're at odds, right? You hear the Will hit Chris. Chris is angry. His voice cracked 3 times last night in that last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He's angry, you know what I mean? And he's hurt. Mm-hmm. And so I felt like to be objective and have a different point of view of the whole thing, mm-hmm. I'm close to it, but it's not me. It's kind of like being a referee in a fight. I'm in the ring, but I'm not the fighters. And I had a story to tell. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, it just came to me.
Did you speak to any parties before you even, like, did you get permission or did you even ask them about it?
I ain't asking them Negroes. Will asked Chris, hey man, can I slap you? And Chris asked Will, hey, you mind if I tell a joke on your wife? No. This is comedy, right? I think that people are getting way too sensitive nowadays.
I agree.
And I think that we need to get off social media. Not everybody needs an opinion. And some opinions you keep to yourself. But we got to enjoy life. We got to get back to laughing. We got to be less sensitive. And all this is being provoked, I think, by social media. We have to stop it. And, you know, I don't know. I just had so much to say. Mm-hmm. And I thought that everybody needed to hear it. What black people felt, what white people felt. As a black man, what I felt. Like, you know, it allowed me to have the opportunity to say something. And say something real. Everybody thinks that, oh, he's doing a special about the slap. That's like last year. No, that's a monumental, epic moment that really, it was just a moment. This was not about Will, Chris, or Jada. This was my journey. They just so happened to be in it.
Mm-hmm. Have you spoken to either parties since it's aired? And if you haven't,
no, them Negroes ain't called me.
What do you think that conversation might be like, though, if you're able to have it?
I honestly feel like, I think Chris Rock, because he's a comedian, and I'm bigger than him. No, I think Chris Rock will appreciate the set. He's not going to look at it as an attack. He's going to appreciate the set because he's a comedian. He's known me for so long. He heckled me back in the day. I think Chris is going to be proud of what I put together. I hope they hear that I love them. I don't know how they take jokes, but I hope that
we know how Will takes jokes. You all saw how Will took the jokes.
$500 million got a way to make it a little sensitive. But I think Will, I don't think I said anything that Will don't know. And then with Jada, it was all love. I could see Jada laughing on key. He's stupid. He a fool. They know me. All my friends in Hollywood know me. I've been getting texts from so many people like, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful, because it was firm and it was fair. And I didn't pick on one person. I told a story about everybody and myself. And it was, you know, it was a love letter. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten nothing but positivity. Because if I did wrong, believe me, that's why I filmed it in Atlanta. Because I wanted to film it in an audience full of like black women. Because what I feel about black women is black women will laugh, but don't go too far. You know, talk to me. I want to hear your message. Black women are firm and they're fair. Like, yo, my sisters, my best audience, you shouldn't say that, Nas. That's you going too far. And I listened to that. So it's trying to find the sweet spot. And when I left the stage, I left them with a heart, and I left them with a message, and I left it with love. There was no anger in there. And if you look throughout the special, the one that hurt was me. So I can't be mad. They can't be mad at me for what my pain was. This is just about my journey. And I love them all.
Yeah.
And speaking about just playing off what you just said about how some of them let you know when you go too far. I grew up in the era of Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, all these guys. And now we get people attacking Dave Chappelle on stage. Of course, Will attacking Chris Rock. As a comedian for years and years, and one of the legendary ones, in your opinion, is there ever a point where a comedian should draw the line? Ever?
I think there's funny in everything. Our job as comedians is to go into dark places that everybody's afraid to go into and come out with this elixir called laughter. If we're not brave enough to go in those dark places, whether it be talking about rape, molestation, politics, whatever we talk about, just know that we're taking a deep dive to go find what's funny about it. We're not trying to offend. We're not trying to hurt. We're trying to bring laughter. We all need laughter. So don't be mad at me. There's no such thing as the perfect joke. Mm-hmm. As a comedian, you know what we do? You watch us put these formulas together like a scientist and they blow up in our face. That's what bombing is until you find the right formula. Oh, this amount of oxygen with this amount of hydrogen, and that makes water. You know what I'm saying? We're on stage doing that all the time. And I think we have to be allowed to do that. And also, we're the defenders of the First Amendment. We all have a right to have an opinion. Why do we have to all think alike? Why do I have to only have Republican friends or Democrat friends? Why can't black people and white people see the differences in each other and still be friends? Who's trying to make us one, like fucking one gender, race? We're not. We're different. So let us be different. Mm-hmm. Let's point out what's different, and let's learn to laugh at it. I grew up in New York City, in the projects, right there on 16th Street, 9th Avenue. There were black people, white people, Hispanic people. And the Hispanics, they got three different kinds of Hispanic. They got Dominicans, they got Puerto Ricans, and they got Cubans, and then the Mexicans. So, so there's so many differences. And all we did was talk. Can I curse?
Yeah, curse.
All we did was talk shit about each other. That's how we made our friends. We had racist jokes. We had these two little people in our neighborhood. We used to talk about their little ass too. But it was laughter, right? And we all made fun of each other. White people made fun of black people made fun of white people, and that's all we did. Sit in the building, smoke weed, drink, talk shit together, sometimes fight, but let another motherfucker come on my block and do something to me.
Yeah.
Nigga, everyone of every different color, even the little people, they gonna come rushing. And that's what family is.
Facts.
We have to defend the line to be different. It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay to be different. It's okay to crack jokes. See, Will, I think, crossed the line. That's why I was concerned with him. I was concerned for him. Like, we don't have empathy anymore. The fuck is wrong with society where you can't have empathy? So rich people can't have mental breakdowns? We watched a man have a mental breakdown. Don't sum it up to nothing else. That man had a mental breakdown. 30 years or 20 years of pressure, money, his wife, being in these situations, excitement, anxiety, all these things that we never seen, pain, childhood trauma, that man snapped. And unfortunately, Chris Rock cracked the wrong joke on the wrong day. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that was just the breaking point. But there was a lot boiling up before then. And I hit Will. I texted him when he won his award. I actually left the parties because I didn't want to be phony. I didn't want to sit there and be like, yo. No, because I was feeling a certain way. And I'm not a phony dude. If I don't like, I'm not even gonna put myself in that position. Because I would have had to pull him to the side and, what are you doing, man? Are you good? But afterward, I was proud of him for winning that award. You know, we had just did the Fresh Prince thing together, Bel Air. And I was proud of him, and I said, I'm proud of you. But hey, I need you to go sit in 7 hours of therapy on Monday. because you got some real shit going on. And that's real. And I text Chris too, you good? Like, that was a terrible moment for all of us to see. And, you know, I just feel like society is becoming too sensitive. There's so much happening, and we have to be more aware. Get the fuck off social media, get back to living life, and stop being so goddamn sensitive.
Well,
we gotta tell jokes and we gotta laugh. We are here to laugh, not fight, not argue. We're here to laugh. We can cry about shit. If you want to live a drama, that's on you. You want to fight? You want to live an action movie? That's on you. I'm gonna live a fucking comedy and have a great time.
That's right. That's right.
Before you ask that one question,
this jacket hot.
you see, I got the fur on. I'm sweating right now.
Oh, I feel sorry for your neck.
Yo, so real quick, before you ask your next question, I want to know what Marlon thinks why today's society is so sensitive. What is social media contributing that's making everybody so sensitive about everything?
Social media is full of not real people. It's full of bots and from other countries that are jealous of our country, that wants to ruin our country, take over our First Amendment. They're trying to separate us. They're trying to make us fight because they know you divide, you conquer. And we're stupid enough to get on these platforms and really allow them to affect us. We let our kids on the platforms. That's why our kids are so fucked up. You got these young girls, 20 years old, 18 years old, getting lip injections. We don't even know what's gonna happen to you years from now. You are a kid, why? Because they wanna look perfect from every angle. No, everybody got a fucked up angle. Sorry, I know my angles, that's why we got selfie cam. Nah, that's my angle, that's my light, oh, right there. You can't look fly from that's too much pressure. And I think that we have to really start getting back to the human experience, going out to dinners.
Yes.
You know, I think COVID fucked us all up. We're all still healing from that. Yo, have some gatherings, have your friends over, have discussion, have open discussions. Let people think differently. Stop the cancel culture. There's nothing perfect about any individual. When did we start canceling somebody's entire fucking career? You're gonna tell me that everybody's supposed to be perfect? No, God gives us all a gift. And sometimes the devils are angels too. It's like with anybody, I don't care who it is. If they give me something great, their food, everybody has something great to offer. I'm not gonna cancel somebody's whole shit like they never existed because they did something I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? White people don't do that. White people still watching Woody Allen movies. They calling him a genius.
Facts.
That's true.
Facts.
So
They
true.
still written Roman Polanski movies. They calling him a genius. They giving him an Oscars. And what are we doing to ours? We putting them in fucking jail and canceling the fact that they ever existed. So if I play an R. Kelly song, I'm fucking erased from society. That's the one good thing that nigga did. Great music about beautiful things about women. He's fucked up. I'm not applauding what he's done in terms of what's bad. But if you think I'm not gonna celebrate what is good about every person, human, there's something good. Let's celebrate the good and shit out the bad. Stop canceling somebody oh, you said something. He said a bad joke. Fuck that. You throw jokes out there. Some of them don't hit. I'm allowed to think differently. And that's why I got a fuck you mentality. That's why Chris Rock and Chappelle are like, yo, I don't give a fuck. Because they're defending the front line and we're so stupid as people that you don't even see what they're doing. What they're doing is brave, has courage because at least they have the balls to have an opinion and not give a fuck about being judged.
How do we solve cancel culture, right? And what do you think we can do as a society to kind of get people the help that they need?
Get the fuck off social media. Get off of it. It's programming us. China runs a lot of the social media. Russia runs a lot of it. And they're fucking up our country. We had harmony. We had a lot more love. We were being progressive. We're recessing. It's only breaking us apart. Since when you get mad at somebody because of what their political status is? So if I'm a Democrat, I can't fuck with my Republican friends? Or you can't have, if my friend that's black is a Republican, I don't fuck with him no more? That's silly. That man has his right to choose what he wants to choose. And we shouldn't be mad about it. That's the beauty of our country. And we need to hold tight to those amendments and what makes us special. period. And teach our kids stop being bitch ass niggas. Like, for real. We raising a bunch of bitch ass niggas. Stop this shit. Stop it. Like, this sensitivity, and let's get back to when they stop bullying. I'm like, don't stop bullying. If you stop bullying, nigga, we wouldn't have Apple. I'm pretty sure somebody pushed Steve Jobs' ass on the floor and robbed that nigga over and over again. They took his phone. He said, I'm going to create one that will locate you next time you take it. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's things that we can't allow ourselves to, raise everybody in a bubble, man. We just can't. Get off social media, get back to socializing.
What was the creative process like for you when you were putting this special together?
You got a napkin? Why is it so hot?
We need a towel.
Shit. I think I'm looking at you and it's making me hotter.
Because y'all were drinking.
This nigga got a rat on his neck.
This jacket look good right now.
It is, it do. You a champ.
It's the shots.
You take it off and you see water just spill.
Right.
The process for this is why, like this was God wrote this, man. Because I never really put pen to paper. I had bullet points and I just started doing it on a stage. I wrote this entire set, literally, on a stage. I started out in Oxnard right after the Oscars, and I was so affected by it, I was like, I gotta talk about this. And I started talking about it. By the end of the first show, I had 10 minutes. By the end of the weekend, where I did 7 shows, I had 15, 20 minutes. And I kept doing it, and I wrote this and did it. Normally you tour for a year, 2 years with material. I did this within a year, which means I finished the product because in August I filmed it. So from March 27th, 2022 at approximately 10:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7:32 Pacific, I started writing it and then I filmed it on August 7th. And then I cut it together and I licensed it to HBO. I came out of my pocket to do it because I wasn't gonna wait on a deal because everybody's like, no. I was like, nah, I'm not waiting on y'all. I'm gonna do this shit myself. So I put my money down on this project and was like, I'll license it or I'll do this shit myself. I was gonna release it on Moment. Then HBO saw it and they was like, we need this. It's like, this is great. And there's snobs over there. They're like, nah. They tell you no quick, but they was just like, we love this. We love the message. We love the jokes. We love the performance. We love what it says. And they took a chance and they licensed it. And that's what took me so long to get it out. Otherwise, I could have did it in August live.
I know you're an honest comedian, but I'm asking for everybody listening right now. So all of these stories were true. Chris Rock heckling you early in your
y'all
career.
ain't sitting there lying.
I feel like it was so disrespectful of him, though.
Chris was being a big brother. Maybe Damon did that to him. I don't know. But no, I don't think Damon. We're supportive. Everybody, that's his way of checking my chin. Come on, nigga, where the jokes at? He's literally, that's just him. He sits there and you hear that little dark laugh. But he don't know that I was hurt by that. He don't know I quit stand up for 20 years. I was broken. But that was God breaking me. How badly do you want it? You gonna let one man or one bad night stop you from potential greatness? That's on you. And I sit there and I swear I'm grateful because I know he's not a devil. Chris is an angel. Every time I see Chris, I give him a big hug, whatever. He always got something smart to say. Chris is always the little bad kid in the class with something to say. He always, when I was doing my movies, he'd be like, Marlon Wayans, senseless. Marlon Wayans, dumb jackass fool. Like he would just tease me. And I learned to tease him back. Hey, Chris Rock, pootie-tang. And that's just the way, we tease. And I'm pretty sure I don't want Chris to be hurt by what I'm doing. It's all a celebration. I love him to death. My family loves him. My families, we're so ingrained in Hollywood. Everybody knows we are loved. We did In Living Color. You know what's great about In Living Color? The people that we make fun of laugh the loudest. That's what's missing with today's world.
Yes.
Fucking The Living Color, shows like that made fun of shit. Why? Because all these streamers, all these networks are listening to social media and they're afraid to take chances on real shit. Now they're stopping, they're putting the bottleneck in the process. Not us. We're always gonna be like that. They gotta open up the floodgates and let us do what we do. We artists. So
Which this is a good segue right here because
Yeah.
I was going to ask it later on, but there's been rumors for years that there could be a reunion of In Living Color. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's just something somebody made up on the internet. Is there any truth in that?
I know 5 of the niggas on the show, and I never heard that shit. No.
All right. So
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about like being a black man in Hollywood and what that experience has been like for you.
See, being a black man in Hollywood, being a black person, being a minority in Hollywood is tough. Not just black. You know, I look at the Asian people doing their thing, man. It's hard on them. They just now getting Oscars. Just now. And Hollywood's not funding their stuff. They're coming from overseas getting Asian money and coming here like, nah, this is dope. You know? Latinos, they buy most of the movie tickets. And they only do maybe one movie a year with Latinos. Fuck Hollywood. No, you don't wait on Hollywood. Thank you. You don't wait on Hollywood. Hollywood is a bank. And the decision makers don't get the content. Hollywood didn't make me. I made me. I've been writing and producing since I was fucking 19 years old.
give it up for that.
So you don't get to choose, Hollywood, how the fuck I'm gonna make you money. If you wanna get in, get in. But if not, you're not going to tell me because they do this. They wait for you to get hot. And then they bet on you with a bunch of bad fucking movies. I've been able to understand story, produce product, learn to write scripts. Now I really know my audience. I know how to deliver something really strong, really great. Now I'm gonna go get some money. I've done nothing but made Hollywood money. If you look at Wayans movies, we 1,000% on our money. You want a good investment? You bet on something Wayans. We started Fox Networks, WB Network, got Netflix hot. Like, you know, we do this shit. Like every time in Living Color, when we did Don't Be a Menace, Miramax made money.
Guys, don't get it twisted. In Living Color helped Super Bowl too. There wasn't a Super Bowl halftime show the way it is today if it wasn't for In Living Color. Don't get that twisted.
And you make stars. Look at Living Color. What my brother did on Living Color. Everybody's a star, including the dancers. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout to J-Lo.
Yeah, man. It's because, and they act like this is an accident. No, this is what we are. We're fucking Jedis. You don't get to tell me that I'm not. And I've never subscribed to wait in line, waiting on Hollywood to choose when I make it. No, you don't get to do that. I know when I'm ready. And if you want to make some money, then you bet. And if not, fuck you. I'll find the money. I'll do it myself. But I'm not waiting on you.
I love it.
And because that's what they're doing. They're waiting, and it's one nigga at a time.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. Well, there's so many talented people, and we have to just keep creating and waiting on them to go, okay, it's hot enough, because they're trying to wait on, is it a safe bet or not?
Right.
Yeah, it's a safe bet. It was a safe bet when we did Scary Movie for $19 million, and that shit made $350 million worldwide. It was a safe bet when we did part 2, and that shit made $100 and something million worldwide. It was a safe bet when we did White Chicks, which was, and they tell us that we don't, black people don't, and comedy don't translate overseas. Yeah, fuck that bullshit. Yes, we do. White Chicks, I go to Brazil right now. They sing the branquelas, branquelas. I know what they call that shit. I go to Europe. I'm Africa. You know how big my numbers are in Africa? They don't tell us this shit. They try to tell us that we ain't, but we are. And when you've been doing it for as long as I'm doing it, I'm just like, I'm not waiting on y'all no more. You don't get to, I'm not looking at the Wizard of Oz going, make me, bring me home, click my heels 3 times and take me back to Kansas. I'm not looking at them for that. Fuck that. I'm the Wizard of Oz. I know how to get myself back home. And it's empowerment and it's consistency, and you just know what you do. I've been doing this too long. I can tell young brothers how to do this, but you don't wait. Tyler Perry, he got the business right. He bet on himself. That's what I'm starting to do. I'm gonna start betting on myself because I know I've been doing this 30 years. I'm too good.
That's
This
good.
inspiring conversation.
Yeah, that's good.
What's in the future plans for Marlon Wayans? You've done so much legendary movies, legendary TV shows, now comedy specials. Like, what's in the works? What's in the plans?
I know I'm gonna keep. Now for me, it's about the excitement. Like I got a project called Book of Marlon over at Stars, and it's a movie, a TV show about my life, and I reference the Bible a lot because my dad's Jehovah's Witness, and he raised us with the book so much. Like that's why y'all don't be hearing nothing about Wayanses. We good. My mother and my father raised good kids, and my mother and father raised my nephews and my nieces to be good people, and so. I reference the Bible, God loves me, because that's my father in me, right? And I always give glory to God, because without God in this journey, we are all lost.
Amen.
Applaud that. Applaud that,
Amen.
everybody. I need
Amen.
everybody to applaud that.
Amen. Do you think that this is a bit of a ministry for you?
Huh?
Do you think this is a bit of a ministry for you, your work?
I'm at a different point in my career, right? I've been doing it for 30 years. And so I've created a lot. I've always been I'm a humble dude. I don't throw myself out there and go conversations and things like that. Don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? Something to me is that I leave behind a bunch of smiles. The audience is gonna say who's what. I look in the mirror and I just try to be my best me every day, not just as an artist, as a person, as a brother, as a son, as a friend, as an uncle, that I show up as my best me in every situation that I possibly can, because then I'll show up for me in the things that I'm passionate about in that way, like my career. But my career, that's cool, but that's back there. My family is my everything. I show up. I practice being good with my friends because I got to show up for my family. I got to show up for my nephews and my nieces. I got to show up for my brothers and my sisters. I got to show up for my kids. That's what's important. Those are the titles that mean something to me. And yes, I'm at this point in my life where I'm not excited. Oh, I'm doing this movie, or oh my God, I'm excited to do Book of Marlon, you know. It's a story. Basically, it's I think everybody's life is a Bible story, right? Everything you go through in life, the best things in the Bible happen after something tragic, and that's the way my life is. But instead of just lessons, I get jokes. The worst thing happens to me, and I go, "Oh, you know what's funny about this shit? You know what's funny about gonorrhea?" And no, but seriously, and those things excite me. But I'm excited to go find funding to go create what I really want to create without being second guessed by anybody in Hollywood trying to tell me that it's not gonna hit to my audience. I know what my audience wants. You can't dictate to me. I've made you money. I know what's good. I want to build a real business. I want to be a real business. I want to be a real brand. I'm looking and going, I want to be Black Disney. That's what I want to be. I'm dreaming through the stars right now. I'm dreaming into other galaxies. I'm not dreaming to the moon. Moon ain't enough no more. It's not. And that's why, like I said, I funded this myself. I want to build a catalog. I'm going to fund my next one. Why? Because people think I'm crazy. I got a beautiful one about my mom and learning to deal with grief, a beautiful one, a love letter to my mama. I want to film that on me and my mom's birthday on July 23rd and put that out next Mother's Day. I'm not going to wait on Hollywood to tell me, oh, we don't think you're ready. You already did one, no, fuck that. Because I want to get it done. I'm going to build me a catalog. When it's all said and done, I'm probably going to have 20 specials. And I hope that they're all enjoyable. But that's where I was at the time as an artist. Some people wait 20 years to do their first special. I want to do a special every year and a half. I don't want to tour with the same material. No, I get bored. I get it to a place, I think it's great, I'm filming that shit. And then what's next? I want to write something new. I'm a writer. I'm a writer. I literally am a writer. I write movies. So what this was a hero's journey. I started out one place, and the elixir for me was, oh my God, God does love me because I don't thirst to be anybody else. All this pain that life has given me has been nothing but God throwing jewels at me, not stones. Those are jewels. And you got to be grateful for the hardships in your life, because as you get through those, God is building you. And I look at that special and I see that journey, and I'm grateful that for all those people that helped me to become that. That was alchemy. It's alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I speak for everybody here when we say thank you for what you've contributed to the comedy culture.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything that your families contribute to the comedy culture. God Loves Me is streaming live on HBO Max right now, and we greatly appreciate you for doing the feature presentation podcast, my brother.
Thank you.
Love.
When is this coming out?
Next week.
All right. Damn. Well, I'll be in Brea, I think.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually going to do a podcast. Me and my brother are going to do a podcast.
Nice.
That's great. That's great.
What's the name of it?
Wayans Brothers podcast.
Wow.
Man,
That's
awesome.
hilarious.
Before
Yeah.
we close out, I had one more question for you. What's one thing that you've learned from Chris Rock, and what's one thing that you've learned from Will Smith?
From who?
From Will Smith.
I mean, there's many things to learn from both of them. You know, I learned from Chris Rock that in order to get great at something, you got to do it a lot. You know, I watched Chris bomb a lot. I was a kid. I was in comedy clubs with Chris, watching, because Damon used to sneak me and Sean into comedy clubs when we was like 10 and 11 years old. And Craig was like 4. And we'd be in comedy clubs, and I watched Chris. Sometime he'd eat it, but he just kept going up. Just kept going up. Just kept going up. And just kept getting better. And he just kept getting better. And then he's fearless. I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna talk about, whether y'all like it or not. And I learned how to attack a stage like a panther or a tiger. You watch him on a stage, he's attacking the stage. He's roaming. Me, I sit in the pocket a little bit more, and then I go all over the place. I learned, have your own style. I don't have a style. You know what's the greatest thing for me is that all these impressions Jay Farrow does, that nigga can't do me.
Really?
And he's a brilliant impressionist. I love Jay. I love him. But I'm a hard one to do because I don't have a thing. I could do characters. I could play white chicks. I could play little people. I could play 7 people in one movie. I don't have a specific voice. I don't have a thing I do. I act. I communicate. I'm a different dude. I'm a different breed. And I don't have a thing. And I don't know. I think Will Smith taught me how to represent, don't marginalize yourself. That you can be a black international superstar. That black people can do those roles that they only assign to white people, and we can be heroes too. We can be a superhero. We can be a cowboy. We can be the last man on earth. He had vision, and he didn't let somebody tell him what he was. He said, no, I'm going to be what I choose to be, and either you're going to bet on me or you're not, and I'll bet on myself. There was times they wasn't going to send him to Korea. He was like, all right, so I'm going to pay for my own way to get to Korea because I need to go do Korean press. Why? Because I'm going to blow that market up. Mm-hmm. And he did. Sometimes you got to bet on yourself because they don't have vision for you. You got to have vision for you. You have to believe in yourself. Don't ever let anybody marginalize what your dreams could be, and just be fucking fearless in this journey, man, period. And really bet on yourself after you've done the time. For me, it's doing the time. I quietly do the time. When I first came out, I was an actor. I've been acting since I was 5. And then I went to performing arts high school. So I had real training in performing arts high school. So by the time I came out as an actor. And then I said, I'm gonna learn to write because I gotta create stuff for myself. Because I didn't get because I got the role in Batman, they wrote me out. And I was like, fuck that. I'm not waiting on Hollywood. So I started writing. And then I learned to produce. And after I learned to write, star, and produce, I said, I've been a star for 20-something years. I want superstardom. How do I get there? As a black actor, writer, producer, who's the biggest stars? Comedy stars. I need to get stand-up comedy. I need to learn to do stand-up comedy. So at the ripe age of 39 years old, I started doing stand-up comedy. Because for me, I've been a star for 30 years. I'm looking for superstardom. I'm looking to sell out gardens. I'm looking to sell out arenas. I'm looking to sell out internationally. I'm looking to Michael Jackson comedy. But keep it intimate, keep it real, and always respect the art and respect everybody that pays $1 to see me. I want you to get at least that amount in laughs. You pay $100, you should get 100 laughs. So, and it's not about being big. It's just shine the brightest I can while I'm still living and breathing. And when it's all said and done, I left some beautiful things behind.
Yeah, and God loves us.
Huh?
And God loves us.
He does.
God loves-
Each one of us.
Give it up for Marlon Wayans right now.
Thank you. Thank you.